Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Justin Coolump and a whole host of names. And what we're doing today is we are going to flawless the Master Lost Sector Bunker E15. And the goal is to do this without specialized equipment. Normally that is the significantly more powerful builds that require gear out of the Lost Sectors. The legendary Lost Sectors. Such as Swarmers, what have you. And I figured I could do something because if I can do it, so can you. Now, I break this area into 3 different sections. This first couple of rooms, which is this outside area and where we release the first group of Braytex. Section number 2 is the bigger battle arena. You'll notice it once we get there. And the last section is the boss chamber. Now, the boss chamber is where we get into some of the more interesting stuff that we're going to do. What makes this Lost Sector so difficult and where I've been stuck at, and I'm not joking, for a couple of hours, is that it is very much a challenge with 5 overload Minotaurs. Now, normally you go, oh, well, that's not too bad, is it? 2 sets of overload Minotaurs at the same time, or 2 sets of overload Minotaurs is where it normally gets me stopped. The Minotaurs will sometimes not stun like they should, and as you can see, I'm running 1 exotic, 1 working exotic. I have Necro Grips on, but they do nothing for this build. Thank you, Mr. Bray Technician. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and release all the Bray Tech guys so they can help us shoot at things. Okay, down. And then we're just going to work through these guys. Now, the reason why I'm only working with the Monarque instead of a more potent build is, like I was saying, and I may have said it in a different recording, some of the better equipment is locked in these places. Swarmers, for instance, one of the better pairs of boots that you can make some pretty nasty builds off of with Warlocks are in the Lost Sectors. So you have to be able to go through one of these, get them, in order to get to use them like you might want to. So, this is a show that even on Master, it is more than possible to get through these with a little patience and 1 or 2 exotics that you've probably picked up and just tossed into the vault. Of course, this is only dealing with like newer players as compared to some of the older folks. And because some of the older players are people who have done some hardcore work in the game, know exactly where to go to get all the good stuff. It's also to show it can be done solo. And that's my big thing, is that some of the people, when I was getting back into it, I got easily discouraged because of how that daunting step of going from 1 set of equipment to the next level of equipment. Okay, so you now have this particular boots. Okay, you're ready to begin getting into the end game. And that was always a little overwhelming for me. Stop blocking shots for the goblins! But we're about to get him to spawn in. Where's the wyvern at? There he is. Now, when the boss, a Hydra, spawns in, he's going to spawn in a couple of... first is going to be a single one. Then it's going to be followed by 2 pairs of Overload Minotaurs. And those Minotaurs are what we're really needing to worry about. So right now, you can actually see him. Oh, he didn't. He normally spawns in right there. There he is. Now, the thing is, the Monarque can actually stun him. Then we're gonna pop him. And that's how we get rid of him. We're going to wait a second so we can pick this up. Now, you may have seen me being very cautious going through here. And that's because goblins will drop pools beneath their feet that will do a lot of damage to if you stay in them for too long. And because of that, we want to make sure we avoid stepping into them. However, attrition is also on. If you're not familiar with attrition will reduce your recovery, not by an insubstantial amount. Okay, champions. There we go. Where'd he go? Shoot. He's probably going to already be recovered. Nope, not recovered. Now, the problem with these Minotaurs is they recover their health back fast. Okay, where's number 2 at? And what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing this right here. We're going to run away a moment. And we have one more set of those to do that normally are not as generous as to show up individually. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to back away. We're going to hop away into the hallway, and we're going to let them chase us. And we're doing this to prevent from being overwhelmed. Okay, yeah, we're reloaded. Where are they at? Okay, that's one of the 2 Minotaurs down. He might be engaged with some of the Braytex, which means we'll have to take care of him afterwards. Okay. Wait, did he only spawn in 1 this time? Okay, normally he spawns in 2 there. And Solo Master Flawless. And as you can see, Necrogrips does not have an interaction with this. So it is all on the Monarque. Let's go ahead and we're going to... Oops, let me hit the right button. It's taking a moment to load, and I want to show you my loadout. I don't have the editing software to do this all fancy style. So, I just had the Elodian Ally on. I like it because it's a 720, not 900. Auto rifle. Le Monarque, which isn't even at top level. Erratic Principle, which is my machine gun. Corrupting Echo. Necrotic Grip, which I only have on so it doesn't have an interaction. Robes, and that. My build is something you're going to see a lot of. It's Feed the Void and Child of the Old Gods with Undermining, Starvation, Reprisal, and Harvest. As far as my mods go, it's nothing you haven't seen. Heavy Ammo Finder, which wasn't so important here, but Powerful Friends because I do a lot of guilds, clan stuff now. Focusing Strike, Momentum Transfer, Kinetic Loader, and that's just to help out with my kinetic weapons, which I wasn't using. Void Resistance, Kinetic Reserves, because I normally use Thorn with this build. You can see that this was not built specifically for this dungeon. The only thing that was specific for it was Le Monarque. And if you take a look at it, you can see why. Rapidly defeating enemies triggers health regeneration and poison arrows, and it automatically has the overload champions. But you saw I couldn't actually take down the overload champions with the bow. I had to use something else to stun the Minotaurs. But I really hope you like this video. I just thought it might be helpful for some new players who are getting back into the game and saying, wow, these things are really hard to do and they're intimidating, because they kind of are. This will allow you a chance to actually see that, yes, it is very possible to do with limited equipment, limited exotics. So, Le Monarque, just basically, you can do this Lost Sector all by yourself, master, solo, flawless. If you happen to like the video, go ahead, do all the YouTube stuff. And I do want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you, and may joy be to every last one of you.